Hello and welcome to this month's Luxury Market Report. This is our December report and it covers what happened in November and the previous 13 months. As most of you know, I'm Sherri Green from Coldwell Realty, and I bring you a luxury market report each month so we can kind of keep track of what's happening in the real estate market. I look at a broad section, first the United States and Canada, so North America, and then at the back of the report, I really dig into the DC market so that you can compare and contrast and see how we're doing compared to the rest of the country. You usually hear national real estate news on the news, so this gives you a little bit of a picture of that, and then it gives you a micro look at what's happening specifically in the DC market, because what's happening here isn't always happening elsewhere and vice versa. So as we move into the first part of 2024, can you believe it? We're in the last month of 2023. That flicker of hope, that glimmer of hope that I talked about last month seems to be sticking around, and it seems to be getting a little brighter. So last month we saw an increase in the number of sold properties and new inventory entering the market compared to the same month in 2022. This encouraging trend continues this month. So compared to November of 2022, the number of sales last month rose 5.1% for single family homes and 13.7% for attached homes. Now that would be condos, co-ops, townhomes. This is not the only growth statistic that shows the start of, albeit a small one, a market comeback. The number of new listings entering the market also increased, showing a growing confidence by sellers compared to last year. A lack of inventory has really been one of the biggest challenges in the last year. And that challenge, coupled with a market where buyers are very specific in their needs and wants, has really meant that the low inventory is even more significant. So a lot of people are blaming the interest rates. And yes, they're higher than some people were used to for the last few years. But part of that is fueling this sentiment by sellers that they don't need to put their house on the market, and that low inventory. So this confidence that we can get into the market as a seller, sell our house, and find another one is really sort of fueling some of this inventory, and that's helpful to both buyers and sellers. Now, other statistical parameters are also showing growth indications. The median sold price rose year over year last month, and the sold price to list price ratio also increased slightly. Now, the report goes into a lot more detail, so make sure that you read that if you really want to dig in and see what's happening. But this kind of gives you a quick overall look. The big question right now is whether it's a good time to buy right now or to wait until more inventory does become available. And that is also explored in detail in the report. And all signs point to pent-up demand, driving the number of sales if new inventory continues to enter the market at a faster rate. Now, that is provided that the right type of house, the right type of properties become available. And that goes back to what I said a minute ago. Buyers are very specific in their wants and needs right now. So if the right inventory isn't coming into the market, it may not make a difference. Now, looking specifically at DC, the single family market is a seller's market with a 26% sales ratio. Homes sold for a median 97.83% of list price in November of 2023. And the most active price band was $2 million to just under $2.1 million. Now, taking a quick look at the attached market, we see more of a balanced market with a 20% sales ratio. Homes sold for a median of 98.35% of list price. The most active price band here is $1.5 million to just under $1.6 million, where we see the sales ratio at 46%. So that's a quick overview of this month's report. Feel free to ask me any questions you have about the report, and I'll see you next month if I don't see you before.